Happy Friday, everybody. So I'm going to do a quick garden tour because, things are just looking great. It is June 18th. Beautiful day. So let's start over. I'll do a quick pan up front. Well, we'll do the front yard as a separate video. I'll do that one. I'm going to put an extra video up tomorrow, so I'll put that one up tomorrow. But for today, we're just going to look at the back and the side yard. So first exciting thing is this gladiolus is about to bloom, and surprising, they're purple. For some reason, I thought they would be red, but they are purple. We've got some salvia and some sunflowers coming up here. On this side, we've got the red foliated cotton looking beautiful. We got some tomatoes and sunflowers, and then the big tomatoes. Look, they've all got, these guys have basically outgrown their cages already. These are all heirloom tomatoes. So down here we've got some tomatoes already, big ones. Got some big ones in this guy. I've been coming out here keeping them clipped to try to keep them with good air flow. Some hollyhocks back there. The peppers, these are the banana peppers and such. This is 2 plants or 3 plants right here. He's a big guy. They've got some flowers on them. The sweet potato. The moonflower. Look at this. I don't know though. This is a moonflower, but look, aren't those super beautiful leaves? And then the potato vine. The raspberries. Raspberries are already super tall. Jaxie, you want to say hello? So over here, I'll give you an overview really quick of how everything's looking. You could see I cut down the alliums and the sweet williams because it rained last couple weeks ago for a few days in a row, and it flattened all those. They were dead anyway. So over here we've got some rosemary coming back. The fennel, amaranth. We've got there's a bunch of stuff. You guys, if you want to know every single plant, you can look back in different videos. You can see the echinacea are just coming into flower. Just today they opened. They flatten their leaves out like this. So first they look like this. They're all curled up. This is the buds down here. And then they go to this stage. And then they'll flatten. And the center will start to grow out forward. So this bush right here is 2 years old, right? And then this one over here came up by itself this year. So over here, I just did some trimming on the coreopsis and the forget-me-nots because they were all flopped over, and their seed pods are like chiggers. They get stuck to your clothes, really annoying. You could see the morning glories are climbing the arch. The mugwort is almost as tall as I am. Looks beautiful. We got some dahlias back here. The glads back here have just started to form their bud sites, so that's exciting. Let's see, the herb garden is looking super pretty. The yarrow is flowering. So this yarrow down here is the Colorado mix, and this is, I can't remember, this kind has been here for 2 years, but it's super pretty. So I'll be harvesting those soon. I've already harvested a bunch of herbs for the season so far. I do have to maybe widen this bed a little bit. I think I'm going to do that today. We've got the salvia, the pink lavender, red salvia, the patchouli. Something is eating on my patchouli, so I'm going to have to spray that with some Captain Jack's tonight. And then the St. John's wort just opened. The flower just opened today. So pretty. Over this way, we got some flowers, sunflowers growing, tomatoes, magnolia. Up here, where you could see all these pumpkins. This big pumpkin right here from last year because I threw all my pumpkins from Halloween right here. So those are growing. The yucca is in full bloom. You could see right here the bottle gourds, all the corn. I planted some baby bear pumpkins, a couple other types of pumpkins, the celery. It's all looking so nice. So we'll go over here. It's so beautiful right now. Down the stairs, we've got this Powys Castle Artemisia plant. I cut it back all the way at springtime, and it basically survived all winter. It stayed alive. Very impressive plant. It gets big and it's beautiful. Another exciting thing is the black bachelor buttons are open. Obviously they're not black, but they are a very deep purple. Almost like a deep burgundy. They're very pretty. But when they do, see, they do look black when they're closed. They do look very, very dark. And they've also got these little white specks in them that kind of look like stars. They're very pretty. I found the seeds for these on Johnny's Seeds. So you should get you some. They're beautiful. And then we've got strawberries producing about one berry a day as of right now. The Alaskan Shasta daisies are in full bloom. These grow wild in Alaska, so that's why I planted them here, because they remind me of home. I just cut back the catnip that was right here, because back here in this bed, you could see I tore out all of the sweet William that was in here. I was just sick of looking at it. It looked raggedy. The bed was really gross. It really needed to be turned and aerated and cleaned. So I planted a bunch of different things in here. Sunflowers. I planted some rose champion right here, or campion. I planted some chives. I planted some spider flowers. A few other things. Can't remember all of what I planted. I planted a bunch of stuff in this bed though. That little seed, that little tree there, it's actually a black walnut tree, which I shouldn't grow it right there in the middle of my garden because the toxicity of the tree, but I want to save it. There's also another one right here. I think this is the black walnut one. Obviously coming from the tree there. Oh no, this is this is the pea. Okay, so we have some peas, or some green beans actually. So you can see back there, and get you closer. Just a whole bunch of beans. I've never grown beans before, so that's exciting. But yeah, we've got this black walnut tree, which I'm gonna dig this out because it's just not good for my garden. Upon further thought, I let it kind of came up there on its own, but I'm gonna pull it out because it's, yeah. We got some yarrow doing its thing here. We got a little sedum that I found on the side of the road. It's flowering. The creeping thyme. Over here we've got a bunch of different flowers. See, the morning glory that's growing is already taken to the little structure I put there. We got a petunia that popped up, a white one. And the nigella, taking a little, it takes quite a while for this stuff to grow. It's been in here since early spring. But you can also see here the Thunbergia, black-eyed Susan vine. All these, what do you call them? Cardinal vine. Sorry, my mind went blank there. And then we've also got some nasturtiums that just popped up right here. I planted some rose champion here. Some other flowers, can't remember what they are. We'll figure it out when they come up. Some yarrow, this stuff's about to flower. The daisies, which came up this year. The larkspur, and you could see here I found a dead frog in my garden the other day. And I thought, oh man, it's a perfect opportunity to save the skeleton, or to get a frog skeleton, a fully intact frog skeleton. So I put it in this bird cage so the cats couldn't get it and eat it and take off with it. But the larkspur's growing. The Scotch moss that I put in this spring is all finally growing together. Two of them have are kind of dying a little bit, but that's okay. They'll come back. And then the wire vine that I put over here is spreading beautifully. I really like this ground cover. It's just so delicate looking. And we've got some other flowers that I put here. The hydrangea's doing good. So you can see here I planted a bunch of different coleus, because they'll get really, really big, and I just want to fill this spot in because this is so ugly where my daughter spray painted the freaking house. So over here, the heucheras, 1 heuchera, 2 heuchera, and then some more coleus back there that wraps around the side of the house, and there's some more planted on the side. Over in this bed, we've got some ginseng, or ginger, not ginseng, ginger, some dianthus, some purple sage, some blue queen salvia. I moved the rest of that guy. He was a big clump. I moved the rest of him up front. You can see here in the back, the bee balm is quite tall. Just wondering, it should be flowering soon. These daisies are about to open. The mint is spreading really nicely. The hostas are about to bloom. I let my hostas bloom. I know a lot of people don't let theirs bloom, but I like the look of them. The sea thrift is still going. The lavender, I moved it from over there. It was getting swallowed up by that mint, just like that hosta is, so I'm going to have to move that hosta too. The greatest surprise in my garden is my nasturtiums came out variegated this year. Last year they were not variegated. Last year they looked just like this. And this year they're just fully variegated. I mean, makes me wonder what the flowers are going to look like, which they should be flowering soon. Oh, yep, here's a flower right there, right down in there. I love nasturtiums, and they're edible. So yeah, that is the garden this year, the back garden so far. And you could hear the little birds are up in the ceiling again. I'm gonna have to put something under there so that when they come out of there, they'll be protected from the cats. And then the oak leaf hydrangea back here. So yeah, I'll let you guys have a look from this direction. Everything's looking beautiful. And I will keep you guys updated, of course, throughout the season. We do have a very long growing season. It stays warm and things stay growing till about mid-November here. So we've got a lot of things. I'll be showing you guys how to, store and dry your herbs and all that kind of stuff. I do have videos on how to properly harvest wash and dry your herbs. I gave a bunch of different examples in that video, and I will do another video on how to properly store your herbs. So I love you guys. I hope you're all having a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.